After reviewing the entire case, Dr. G believes that Claire was right after all about the bite, despite no evidence of scarring at autopsy.
We clearly had that history that something happened, so it's hard to believe that that didn't play a role. I just can't totally connect the dots and totally blame him for this whole thing, because it still doesn't make sense why she got it systemically. But it sure sounds from the timeline that she got that herpes from that bar and from that kiss from Prince Charming.
With her long-awaited findings in hand, Dr. G can finally speculate about what happened to Claire Jackson during her last 2 weeks alive. 2 weeks before her death, Claire Jackson stops into a local bar looking for a drink and some company. She finds both, but unbeknownst to Claire, her impromptu suitor is likely a carrier of herpes simplex 1. And tonight, the virus is active in his mouth.
She kisses someone. Probably this someone has a cold sore. And during this kiss, we think that she was bitten either on the lip or the tongue.
Herpes simplex type 1 is usually acquired from contact with saliva. So it's certainly possible that you might be exposed to more virus at one time through a bite than through just exposure to a sore or infected saliva.
For unknown reasons, Claire's body is unable to fight the usually benign virus, and it quickly spreads.
I don't think anybody has a good answer on why a healthy person could then get systemic herpes. It just happens.
By the time she visits her doctor approximately 5 days later, she is nauseous, suffers from a fever, and has diarrhea. She also complains of pain in her mouth. Suspecting a bacterial infection, the doctor prescribes antibiotics, but the treatment is ineffective in quelling herpes.
And then from there, she gets sicker and sicker and sicker.
Her decline is swift. About 2 days after visiting her doctor, Claire is rushed to the hospital critically ill. Her body teems with a systemic herpes infection. Overrun with the rampant virus, within only 22 hours, her liver fails to function. By then, Claire's body has erupted with hundreds of herpes blisters. And shortly thereafter, Claire dies.
The herpes went into her body and went into her liver and actually killed her liver. And she died from fulminant hepatic necrosis.